Welcome to the Leadership Career Accelerator. I'm Barry Moline, and for nearly 30 years, I've been a CEO, working with leaders and teams who are trying to figure out how to get to the next level. On this channel, we talk about the strategies that will actually move the needle, the kind of insight you won't find in a textbook, but you will find in the room where real decisions get made. Today, we're talking about what separates the highest performing teams from everyone else. If you've ever wondered why some teams build empires while others can't make it through a Monday without something falling apart, this one's for you. Some teams consistently work great together. Others get caught in a cycle of infighting and complaining. The difference between the best and everyone else isn't talent. It isn't funding. It isn't even strategy. Over nearly 3 decades as a CEO, I've seen this pattern show up again and again in companies of every size and every kind of market. The teams that perform at the highest level, the ones that see fast growth, get through setbacks quickly, and keep their best people the longest, all have one thing in common: a culture of radical accountability. That's different from the kind of accountability most businesses practice. Most accountability is really just management. It's looking at a spreadsheet at the end of the month and noticing that we didn't meet the numbers. By then, the moment to do anything about it has already passed. Radical accountability is something else. It's a culture where every person on the team owns the result. No excuses, no blaming, no pointing fingers when a client cancels or a deadline slips. Think about what happens in most businesses when something goes wrong. Fingers get pointed at someone else. Marketing blames sales. Sales blames engineering. The blame goes in circles, and there's no plan to fix anything. That's not a performance issue. It's a culture problem. And it's often the thing quietly draining profitability and keeping a business stuck in day-to-day firefighting instead of moving forward. Here are 3 strategies that show up consistently in high-performing teams. Strategy 1 is having a crystal clear mission that everyone understands. A team can't perform at the highest level if its people don't know why they're showing up. They may know what they do day to day, but if they don't know why it matters, that's a major problem. The best teams are obsessed with their mission. It drives every decision they make. When a team is just trading hours for a paycheck, their output will be mediocre, not because the people aren't capable, but because there's nothing pulling them towards something bigger. Strategy 2 is creating an environment of psychological safety. Some managers think high performance comes from fear. That's wrong. It comes from trust. The best teams create environments where people can speak up, challenge ideas, and admit mistakes without getting punished. When a team is afraid to tell the truth, leadership ends up making decisions on bad information because the people closest to the problems are hiding them. Small issues that could have been caught early go unaddressed until they mushroom into big ones. And eventually, the best people leave, quietly, often without much warning, because they'd stop expecting things to change. Psychological safety isn't about being soft. It's about ensuring the truth can flow up and down the organization without friction. People need to feel free to question the process so it can improve. That's what allows problems to get solved while they're still small. Strategy 3 is about setting high standards. High-performing teams set high standards and live up to them. Think about what happens when they don't set high standards. That's mediocrity, and it's contagious. When one person is allowed to coast or misses deadlines without consequence, it signals to everyone that it's acceptable not to get their work done either. The best leaders hold their people to a higher standard, not because they don't care about them, but because they do. Lowering the bar to make people comfortable in the short term costs the team in the long run. Holding the standard, even when it's uncomfortable, is vital for teams to thrive. How do we put all this into practice? Building a high-performing team isn't a nice to have. It's a multiplier on everything your business does. A great product or service and a sound strategy only go so far if the team behind them isn't executing. Here's a simple conversation to surface where the problems might be. Get your team together and ask, does everyone genuinely know our mission? Does everyone feel safe telling leadership the truth, even when it raises a problem or concern? Is everyone being held to real, unmoving standards? Be prepared for honest answers. They will point directly at what needs your attention. The bottom line is that a business isn't built to babysit people. It's built to produce results. A team worthy of that vision starts with mission, trust, and standards that everyone holds. If this video gave you something to think about, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send it their way. Sometimes the best thing we can do for someone is to hand them the right idea at the right time. I'm Barry Moline, and I'll see you in the next video.